All right. I think we can try this now. Welcome to the Good Morning Show, question mark. It's Friday, so you know what's happening over here. We have all kinds of fun technical difficulties, so we apologize for starting a little bit behind. Susan, what do you have for us today? Math?
Math.
I'm out.
Everyone's favorite subject.
Now, everybody asks, how do you figure out how much fabric you need? So here is, I don't know what you call it,
A chart.
a chart. But I'm going to go over this. But the first thing is what size and how many. So if you're making 50 5-inch squares, you have what size, 5-inch, how many, 50. And then your fabric that you have, and you have basically in quilting fabric, you have two different sizes. The fabric that comes 44, 45-inch, and then the 108-inch wide. And what you do is you take a couple inches off of that, and that's usable fabric because you have the selvage and stuff you've got to take off. And then you're going to figure out how many across your width of fabric or how many running inches, and I'll show you some examples. We're going to do those on paper in a little while. And then you have a number here from either one of these, and you divide your width of fabric, which is the 44 or 40, 106, and then it tells you how many widths of fabric you need. And then you take the number of widths of fabric by the size of your piece. So if you have a 5-inch piece, you multiply that, and that'll give you the number of inches across your fabric that you need. And then to figure out how many yards you need, you divide that.
So you have to show your work, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I do normally, and I think we can go, do we have a close-up where we can see or no?
No, this is as close as we can get.
Will get you one.
We can get you one, though. All right, so you're
So
gonna...
I'm gonna do a 4-inch by 5-inch square.
All right, Josh.
And I gotta get my brain here because I'm not gonna multiply here on TV. I probably could do it. So that is your what size, and we're gonna say we need 50 of them. So that's your what size and how many. And we're gonna say that we have a regular fabric, so that's 42-inch wide. That's your width of fabric.
Okay.
And so we're gonna see how many times the 4-inch goes across 42. So you're going to divide 42 by 4-inch, and that gives you 10. It'll give you 10.5.
What did you say, a 7?
7? Well, wrong. You get 10.5, but you can't get a half of a square. So across a width of fabric, you're going to get 10 4-inch squares.
Okay.
All right? And if you have to do this to write it all out or even draw pictures, sometimes I draw pictures so if we're figuring something out. So you get 10 5-inch squares across a width of fabric. So we're needing 50 of the squares. So this one you can do in your head. 50 divided by 10.
19.
He's got to go back to school. So you get five widths of fabric.
Nice.
Are you following that?
I think so. I know what WOF is. That's width of fabric.
Right.
So
if you get 10 pieces across a 42-inch piece, and you're needing 50 of them, so you need 5 4-inch pieces.
So 20 inches plus a little bit of cut.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
So 20 inches.
Do you have to leave a kerf?
I usually go up at least one width of fabric. So
One what?
width,
one piece.
Waff.
Oh,
So I would say get 25 inches.
that's for your kerf line.
Well, you have to straighten the edges, and then sometimes as you're cutting rows, then you get off a little bit. So you have to straighten it up. So you have to have some straighten room.
In woodworking, we call it the kerf.
And then it'll be extra piece left in your stash.
Kerf or
Yeah,
curve?
Kerf.
Kerf.
It's in woodworking. It's the kerf.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's called that in fabric, but
I doubt it.
Same
you
idea.
probably don't use a table saw to cut your fabric.
Oh gosh, he's in a bad mood already. Oh, crazy mood, crazier than normal. So you have 25 inches. So you divide that by 36, which is how many inches are in a yard.
25 divided by 36.
Wait, isn't 36 inches a yard?
Yeah.
So one?
You have 25 inches. You don't have to get a whole yard. You have to get
Save the rest for robo.
0.7 yards.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get 3/4 a yard, you'll have enough for that particular.
So you don't have to buy a whole yard.
Right.
Okay.
And as per usual, at Hyder Hangout, we'll cut anything. So
Yes.
somebody comes in
That's
and
my
they
next
want 2
question.
inches of 50 pieces, we'll whack it and give them 2 inches of each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very helpful if you go in a fabric emergency. She can just,
Or you just need a little
measure-
highlight fabric, you know,
Right.
a little special
Or like
piece.
that little piece for the pillowcases. So a lot of quilt shops say minimum of 1/4 yard, but the computer keeps track of what's in the inventory, so I ain't worried about it. If I put in 0.14 yards is how much was bought, the computer will subtract it. I don't have to worry about it. So if somebody needs a 5 inches of 4 different fabrics, I'll sell it to them just like that and charge them whatever the decimal comes up.
nice.
I mean, you got this. You can figure decimals out.
That's right. And just round up or down.
Well, when
Round
I'm
down if you wanna
charging,
be short.
yeah. Well, on here you have to round down because if you get a half of a width of fabric, you know, if you get how many across the width of fabric? If you get 10.3, you can't cut the 0.3 on there, so you have to just get 10
Nice.
whole ones. And the running inches is used when you're doing cutting binding. If you're
Okay.
trying to figure out how much binding around a whole quilt.
Right.
So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you got 300 inches all the way around your quilt, you divide that by your width of fabric, and then it'll tell you how many pieces you have to cut.
Because you splice them together when they're super
Right.
long.
And
but
I
you
always
still got about
add
a total length.
Yeah, and when I have like say you have 300 inches around your quilt, I always add 12 inches for
Sure.
the splices.
'Cause it's
and
6-inch
the
overlap,
quarter,
right?
the folds in the corner.
Wasn't it 4 or 5 inches that you overlap that for those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's cool.
And let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. So if you want to get your fabric cut for you, or come in and tell
Any
Susan,
size.
tell Susan exactly
Any
how much
quantity.
you want, you can go to Hyder Hangout on the First Street Square, or you can give her a call, 423-715-2908. About 97% of the time, she will be the person that actually answers the phone.
Yeah.
It says, Hyder Hangout, this is Susan. And then she takes it from there. So go to hyderhangout.com, check out her website. She also has a happenings tab that has classes, and also a lot of her YouTube videos that we've done are also up on there too. So what do we have going on Monday?
I've thought about 4 things and I haven't decided yet. I may just do a report of what I do tomorrow.
Okay.
Tell you all
Road by
what
Road?
I did.
Can you take a lot of pictures?
Road trip
for-
recap.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
you take a lot of pictures for us and
I
just
can
bring
do
them in?
pictures and maybe
Do some
Facebook
videos.
Live.
Yeah.
do some lives and
You can do that now. Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
pull up your Facebook
We can
Live.
recap your Facebook Lives.
yeah.
That'll be fun. Okay,
That'll be
cool.
fun because I'm excited. I do need a mini vacation.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. Tis
Oh,
the
am I that
season.
grouchy that even y'all know, huh?
So, well, thank you very much for coming in. I apologize about the shortness of the segment today. We had some audio fun on Friday, which we always do. It's the regular. It's the day and date.
We got it
you
fixed
know.
before Tony comes on, though.
That's right. Which is the
Yes.
most important thing
yeah,
on
she
Fridays
gets really
because
angry if we're.
That's
She
right.
don't get angry. She
Oh,
just,
You haven't seen it.
you
I
haven't.
mean,
See, she waits until you leave.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, speaking of which, Miss Tony Miles will be on with
Is she
Hidden
coming?
Gems of the Ocoee region. So,
Good.
we will take
glad we got
a
it fixed before she got here.
brief break, and then we will be right back. Thank you.
Quilts and the art of quilting have been enjoyed for generations. Hyder Hangout, Quilt Fabric and More in downtown Cleveland is all things quilts and much more. Hyder Hangout stocks a vast selection of beautiful fabrics from upholstery to evening wear and will special order hard-to-find items. Find all the accessories to make any project fun and easy. Hyder Hangout offers expert instruction with classes for the beginner and the advanced. Ready to show your style? Get to Hyder Hangout, Quilt Fabric and More, 219 First Street Northeast, downtown Cleveland.